And Marcus, I was on a plane, I think it was last week, reading an article, a travel magazine, and it said that Tasmania is one of the top 10 islands in the world to visit. And a lot of people don't realize this, but Tasmania is actually an island off the coast of Australia.
When I grew up at school, they told me that the world revolved around Tasmania. They said it was part of the axis. That's true south right there.
So why is it such a great destination?
Oh, well, it's very natural. It's very wild. Australia's only been settled for about 230 years. So, you know, there are parts of Tasmania that haven't even been walked through yet. And it's just pristine. It hasn't been damaged by too much forestry or mining or whatnot. But, you know, we're pretty laid back too. We like a good time and a good... We're in a good frame of mind down there, I think. We just enjoy the good life.
I was going to say that our boss, David Hill, was Australian. I thought maybe Tasmania, but when he said something about being laid back, nah, not him.
Probably not. Marcos, when you're on an oval and you tear out the pits and you go up through the gears and you pull her back in high gear, you're pretty well locked. You're locked and loaded. Tell the folks at home what it's like coming down to a turn here. How do you approach a road course corner versus maybe how you do it on an oval?
Well, it's all, you know, road racing is about compromise. You can't get the car perfect, whereas an oval, you know, you set in one motion and that car's zinging around 180 mile an hour and the car's perfect. Feels perfect, feels great when you're having a good time. For me, road racing, I just back it down. I get off the brake early. I try not to put too much steering input in. I just try to stay nice and relaxed and just do everything in small movements.
What are your feet doing? I mean, everything is working.
Yeah, I'm a right foot braker, so I'll actually brake with the right foot and then do the traditional heel toe, whereas some guys, you know, they get around just as good and they actually just use the brake with the left foot and then gas with the right. They don't even use the clutch. But for me, I get a lot of axle hop, so I'd like to control that with the clutch pedal. So I tend to right foot brake maybe 80% of the lap. There are some points where I'll bring that left foot across and dabble it, but for me, road racing is all about just not making mistakes. If you can just back it down just a little bit, be nice and easy, not like what I did today.
Yeah.
You know, you normally make more speed by not making errors rather than trying to get that perfect lap.
The guys always told me that stock car drivers like myself and others, we have a tendency to want to stop the car with the gearbox. Like we see a corner coming and we start, you know, we start really jerking the gears, when in fact, you need to use the brakes just like you do on a short track. Absolutely, and I guess you guys are probably used to running no brakes. I mean, you know, today I complain about the brakes because they don't stop well enough. I can't imagine what it was like in the 70s and the 80s and the early 90s when the brake technology wasn't really here and you had to use a gearbox to slow it down. So I think it's only natural, and when my brakes fade, I'm one of the worst culprits. I mean, I'm crunching through that box trying to get the car to slow down, so I still do it too. It's a hard habit to break.
You know, Marcos, when you look back on your career, you know, there's a lot said about winning championships. There's a lot said about winning races. Well, what I see is in 2003, 2004, in the V8 Supercar Series, a road racing series in Australia, you won back-to-back championships and 27 races doing it, which is phenomenal numbers.
It seems like a good period right now. I've gone through a few races without getting a win, but I came to NASCAR to compete against the best. I knew it wasn't going to be as easy as Australia. I knew that I probably wasn't going to make it stick, but I wanted to get across here and just really see what I had, see if I could survive at this level. And it's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I mean, it puts my wedding day, you know, like down here, and Sonoma's up here as far as, you know, it's just intense. And every week it's like that. It just doesn't get any easier no matter how much experience you get. And I'm just thrilled to be part of NASCAR. I'm thrilled to still be here. And, you know, I'm gunning to win races. I want to win races as bad as anyone else out there. But I also appreciate that life's not always about winning. It's about participating and being here and being included in it. And I've come a long way. I've committed a lot, sacrificed an awful lot to be here. And I'm going to make sure that I enjoy it when I'm here.
Well, speaking of participating and hopefully enjoying, this past week you were at Eldora. I think you and your crew chief, Frankie Kerr, were there, and then you follow that up with a little bit more dirt racing. I mean, is this something that all of a sudden you've got to go do now? I mean, here you are at Eldora, you know, racing on the dirt. I mean,
and they picked that. I mean, you picked that bit of footage where I'm spinning out.
Daryl does that. Daryl does it. This is the next night, and you were in a wing sprint car.
And the next night we went out and did some sprint car running, and that was awesome because I got to run with Donnie Schatz. He was out there testing in Smoke's car, and just really pumped up about
Now,
it.
did Frank Kerr drive one of these on Thursday night?
He did. We were doing 10-lap runs, but he'd only make 8, and then he had to like back it down for a little bit and catch his breath. But he is a real man behind one of those sprint cars. He gets it done today, and he hasn't been in those cars for years. And I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot about driving those cars. I'm learning a lot about how Frank goes about it too.
Was that you in 312?
It was me, yeah.
Wow. That's
So
pretty
back to a
impressive.
question from earlier. Who was faster, you or Frankie?
Oh, there was no stopwatches out there. I'm sorry, Larry.
You know
You're a
what?
gentleman.
I like you as a driver. You don't try to put your crew chief down like some people I know.
We're all going out there like the other.
Probably
like,
got a good crew chief.
Yeah, there was 5 cars out there, and Donnie Schatz is in the group.
Love you too, Daryl.
And all I was making sure was
I'm just saying,
wanted to see. Yeah, I just wanted to see Donnie. I wanted to see Donnie Schatz because I didn't want him to lap me. So I made sure I started right behind him so he couldn't pass me.
Hey, let me ask you one question.
Yeah.
If I helped you win 43 races, you know, a couple of championships on a Daytona 500,
You wanna move
would you
down
be
to
nice? No, yeah. Be nice to me?
Hey,
Yeah, I'll be nice.
be careful what you say.
Word on the street, Frankie told me he was a half a second faster than I'm just saying.
Hey, good luck chewing on that steering wheel Sunday.
No. Dirt is bad, asphalt is good.
Slow down, go faster. Slow down, go faster.